All right, guys, welcome back. Washed Up episode 2. This was actually the last week was our worst episode we've ever done. It was also our best episode we've ever done because it was episode 1. I am Nate Arquinigo, but I am not alone. No. I am joined by 2 other special people here. Sitting across from me, looking at me right now in his RAF shirt, Mr. Evan Wick, 4-time All-American in college, current RAF athlete. Evan, how you feeling today?
I'm freaking pumped. I'm freaking pumped for episode 2. I'm hoping I don't get clipped again, but
You got that mic situation figured out.
yeah, my mic is fixed. Roshka, there was a problem with the mic. Roshka has fixed the mic. So it's doing a lot better. I think it had something to do with placement or some technological errors, but we got it fixed.
We got it.
So I'm feeling good.
Yeah, he moved it closer.
That's on the producer. That's not on you.
That's not on me.
That's on the producer.
No, I'll never take responsibility.
And the other voice you may have just heard in the background is none other than friend of the show, co-host of the show. I'm not.
I like
bad.
friend of the show. I like
Did
friend of the
Did
show.
I ruin the
Friend of the
Friend
show.
of the show.
He just shows up every time.
What?
Friend of the show,
What is
co-host of the
this?
show, manager of AWA Madison, former Badger wrestler, Patrick Spray. Pat, how are you today, pal?
I mean, he just took a couple shots right there, but other than that, I'm okay.
What shots?
You said I'm friend of the show.
Are you not a friend?
This is our show.
Are you not a friend?
This is my show.
You could be friend of the show. You can be friend of the show.
Evan's
No,
a friend
dude.
of the show.
That's
I'll
disrespect.
be friend of the show. Who
That's
just shows up every time.
disrespect.
I'm a friend of the show.
We're all friends.
Of the show.
No, we're friends outside of the show. I think you're wrong.
I see what Pat said.
I see what he's saying.
What do we
Yeah,
do?
Ben is probably a friend of the show.
Yeah.
I see what he's saying.
There's people friends of the show.
Ben
Nobody-
is
That
friend
was
of the
just
show.
straight disrespect.
Can
Nah.
anybody be friend of the show if we have not had a guest yet? They're all foreigners to the show.
Yeah,
Is that possible?
But I think that they're friendly to the show, and they would
Agreed.
be a friend of
What
the show.
about so previous guests? Are they grandfathered into friends of the show? Trent Hilger.
For sure.
So
Yeah.
we
This
got a little
That was a
posse.
previous show. This is a completely different show.
We got a
Yes,
little posse.
This is a completely different show.
Clearly, after episode 1, we've determined, like, you can clearly say that this show is significantly different than any show Jake and I have ever done or you two have ever done.
Something's changed. Is Jake not getting an intro? Is he a
Something's-
friend of the show, or is he?
Jake
Jake's
is the
a friend
man.
of the show.
I am the one that runs the show.
Jake,
He runs the show.
Jake
Okay,
is the
all
man
right.
behind
We
the
gotta-
camera. He does not want to do as much talking, only when needed. He's got a lot of things
Someone's
going.
got to push all these buttons.
Bingo, you said it. I was going to say it. He's got a lot of things going on back there. Couple of changes to the show this week. Right here, first one.
Uh-oh.
The bad takes jar is here. That means bye-bye sad takes jar. We can move these on over.
I think
Rid
we
of that.
need to get.
Sad takes jar, goodbye.
Handwriting's substantially better on the bad takes jar this week. Who put that?
That was
Not
me.
mine.
That's mine.
Really?
That's
I
been,
don't. I think
been
that's
our
my
bad takes.
handwriting.
That's been our. What?
Yeah, I wrote that.
No.
Yeah, trying to take credit for it, dude. I definitely wrote that. I write my A's and my K's just like that. You don't
I
do
might
that.
have just tried to take credit
massive
for that.
compared to the takes.
First,
The
I might have
size.
just tried to
look
take
at this
credit for that.
leave it to Pat to try and claim credit, and leave it to Evan to point out something that he did so he can get praise for
I
it.
asked the questions, but I knew. I knew deep down.
We also need.
Well,
to get
you
some
know what? Let's go
smaller slips
inside of
paper.
that old bad takes jar and let's just flame Evan real quick for
Yeah,
his
let's go
bad
through 'em.
takes.
Yeah, we've already been over this in the last.
Do we wanna-
last one?
That's
but-
okay.
For
we
the
can
new
revisit.
listeners, what's in
We
the
can
tape
revisit.
jar?
Okay, well, let's revisit. I actually have one that
They're
I would
both
like to
Evans.
add today.
They're both Evans, by the way.
That's fine. Where's the pen? I have one that I would like to add after we go through these. All right. This is a good idea. This is a good idea. We'll start off the show by seeing what old bad takes we have, and we'll put them back in there if we have to revisit them later. So, first bad take. This might be a bad take. Jake, M-I-Z, here we go. Jaden Cox is mid. This is from 20,
I remember that one.
a long time ago.
from 2018.
This is all the way back in 2018, and he ended up winning Worlds. Like
That year?
Wasn't he Olympic bronze at that point?
at that point, he was Olympic bronze. Yes.
He's mid.
But, I mean, hey, look, you gotta look. He's mid. He's overrated compared to what he's already done. And the next guy,
Not on your Mount
in there?
Rushmore, you're saying.
definitely not.
He
not.
might be on
But
Nate's.
he definitely.
No.
He definitely proved himself to be not mid in the following year. So it's just I do terribly. My NCAA picks were terrible. My RAF picks were terrible.
But what about he was already an Olympic bronze medalist and you called him mid?
And a 3-time national champ.
Yeah, I think
just gloss over that.
mid. I meant to say overrated. Everyone was making it seem like he's one of the best guys, like Dake or Taylor, and that was what I was suggesting. Is
He
he's
had
not
beaten
there.
both of those individuals.
Yes, yeah.
At that
to
time.
make the Olympic team.
Yeah, but both those guys had just come up. Yeah, there's a lot of caveats
He's younger
here.
than them.
He's younger than them, but he was certainly a lot bigger than them.
Okay.
Is
Sure.
that's the match where David Taylor like wrestled him and he was like knee sliding across the mats, right?
I was there.
It was so sweaty.
2017.
I remember that.
That was wild. I was so upset at that. I was like, this is complete crap.
yeah, I
And he
remember
was
that.
he was
I,
hurt.
I was a David Taylor stan at that point too. I loved David Taylor.
Yeah, I was convinced that he wasn't. Jaden Cox was not as hurt as he led on to be.
Yeah, you know what? That's a fair take. After that match, I'd have said anything about Jaden Cox after that match.
Yeah, I
Like
was
that
very
guy
upset.
sucks.
Yeah,
for
I was
sure.
very upset. I was like, he's not as hurt as he made it seem.
Okay, listen. With that in mind, I take it back a little bit. I'm sorry.
You're on Jaden Cox's mid.
No. Well, listen. I'm trying to put myself in that headspace, watching David Taylor just push him on his knees from one side of the mat to the other side of the mat, and nothing, no points.
Very frustrating.
Right, very frustrating. I could see how I might have an overreaction to that extent.
Nate, have some reason, dude. Come on.
Well, I fully understand.
I still
where
think it's a
the-
terrible take. He's not. But
Yeah, well,
in
I was-
that headspace, I could
I
see
get
what
the
you're saying.
headspace, but even in the headspace, to be self-aware enough to know that, like, I would still not call Jaden Cox mid, even in that headspace.
Yeah, that's tough.
He didn't make weight for the Olympic team trials.
No. Bobby Douglas did not tell him the right way in time.
No, it was
that
Kevin Jackson.
Kevin Jackson. I'm sorry, Bobby Douglas.
R.I.P.
Sorry, R.I.P.
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 R.I.P. Legend. He was a legend.
Take a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Kevin Jackson, he did not make weight. He wasn't told the right way in time. Come on.
I was there. I was there at Olympic team trials in 2021, and KJ was crying. He was very upset about it. But
Yeah, that was actually, I've never seen that before.
showed up like one or 2 minutes after weigh-ins.
Yeah,
I was like,
I
I'm sorry,
actually, I lied. I fully just lied there. I saw that in college weigh-ins for regionals one year. They closed the doors and a kid went to use the bathroom and come back real quick, and they did not let him in to weigh in. And he was
That's messed up.
Tough.
Like for real.
Hey, whatever can help get your guy to nationals, I guess.
No.
Yeah.
That's one less guy in the
That's
bracket.
so
He was
immo-
decent too.
I've never understood why people don't just like use a little bit of reason there. Like
Grace.
grace, fair, better word. Thank
Yeah.
you. Right.
So would you have let him if you're USA Wrestling? Do you let him still weigh in if that puts the best person on the mat? Because I know other countries do that.
Other coaches do that more.
It's like, well, we're
So,
gonna bend
say
the
your question again?
rules. If so, you know, Jaden, he missed weight.
Yep.
Not
How late
missed
was
weight.
he to the weigh-ins?
Like,
Couple
does
minutes.
it matter?
Yeah.
He's late.
But as
Well, yeah,
USA
it does matter.
Wrestling,
If
do you
he's
step
30
in?
minutes late, yeah, you can't weigh in. If you're like 1 or 2 minutes late, yeah,
But
dude,
wouldn't
come
that
on.
be harming the athlete more than the competitor? And if you're trying to field the best team, I'm just devil's advocate.
Harming which athletes? The other ones
The
that were there
person
on
that
time?
weighs in
They're
late.
competing because they're weighing in later potentially.
Well, if you can't handle, listen, they were going there expecting Jaden Cox to be in the bracket anyway, right? If you're going to get all ticky-tacky because someone showed up a minute or two late, then I don't really care what you have to say on the subject. I think that you're soft and that you should go home anyway. I don't want you on my team.
Jake, are you getting ticky-tacky?
No, I was just
I'm trying.
just
I'm
playing
trying not to
devil's
swear.
advocate.
I think I get.
Ticky-tacky.
I think
I'm trying not to swear, dude.
That's funny.
I think I get both sides of that because, like, there. I mean, even though you have, there's like the mindset, right? When you see like a nationals bracket come out, it's like, it doesn't matter. I gotta beat everybody in the bracket. It's like, no, you don't. You got to beat the people who are in front of you, and that's it. You know. So like, there is
Yeah.
like, I feel like I get both sides because, yeah, let him in. But then there is a part of it. Where it's like if he's supposed to be your semifinal and now he's not, or he's supposed to be your first round draw and now he's not, and you're one of those people that could stand to wrestle him legitimately. It's like, if I'm trying to make an Olympic team and this guy screwed up, maybe I'm not advocating, like I'm not going to spend my energy trying to say
Question.
he can't wrestle, but I might just be like, yeah, rules are rules, man. Like rules are rules. You got to like,
Yeah, it's in your right to do this. I
This
have a
world
question.
will fall apart without laws.
Question.
Yeah.
Would you say that you're the type of person if you get picked up and you get dropped and you're like, ah man, my hip, and the ref's like slam, right? Folk style. Would you get up and
I think I got a better
I have a
analogy.
question. Would you get up? Would you start the match?
Yeah.
1 second and the other guy wins.
Yes. Yep.
Because that's the right thing to do, right?
Yep.
Okay, I totally agree. If a person shows up a minute or two late to weigh-ins,
But that is my
person that
control.
you were expecting to be there, that you were going to be in the bracket anyway, I think the right thing to do would be like, yeah, dude, weigh in. I expect you to be in my bracket anyway. Let's go. I was ready for it anyway.
I agree. I think the people that make I think it's slightly different because like the slam thing, like that is completely on you. Like you can make the choice to get up.
No, I totally agree. I'm just saying like, that's a personal thing.
Yeah, with the situation with the weigh-ins, maybe I'm like, yeah, they should let him wrestle. But like reality is like there are rules, and I hope the rule people enforce the rules, and you don't bend them for other people.
I don't know. I think you're saying both sides here. You're not picking.
I feel both ways.
To run this topic into the ground, I got one for Pat. What if he's 0.2 ounces over?
That's I've seen that. I've seen it.
That's fair.
Rules are rules.
Yeah.
I saw.
That's the best argument I could.
I knew I had the best one.
Anthony Centavicic. I don't know if you guys remember him. Pat,
Do I remember? Shut up.
I would remember.
I forgot about this when I said it
Shut
until
up,
that
man.
moment. Pat wrestled this guy. He was my college teammate.
Dick.
Did he beat you?
He did that on purpose.
Do you
No,
remember?
Do you remember him?
Okay, first, I actually didn't think about the fact that you did wrestle him, but now
Twice.
based on your reaction, I'm guessing
Twice.
he beat you.
Twice in the same tournament at state. First match, third place match.
I did.
From
By a point both times.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. No. He's
Whitnall,
my teammate in
Greendale.
college. He's Whitnell Greendale. I won't name the tournament because I don't want to put it on the tournament and whoever was doing weigh-ins, but he missed weight by 0.1, and he knew one of the guys that was doing that scale, and he's like, "You're good."
Was it a qualifier?
He just like, no, it was not for.
That's okay.
It was,
I would've been
just
okay with it if it
was
was.
like it was like a regular tournament early in the season, but he missed weight, and the guy's like, "You're good."
I missed weight by 0.6 at Ironman. They let me wrestle.
What?
There was a blizzard, so we had to weigh in
What
that night.
did you place?
Welcome to the confession
No, I
booth.
did not.
Okay.
Alexander Mackel beat me.
Did you
in the
beat
blood round.
anybody?
Good.
Who did you beat in that tournament? I want to
well, here's
name the
the
names of the
that
people
win.
that you beat at that tournament when you were weighed in half a pound
Dom
over.
Demas, I think I beat.
You
That was
guys
good. That's the
turned
only
out to be
recognizable
two
one.
different sizes.
What's that? Oh yeah, it's completely. Dude, when my freshman year in college,
Dom
there
hasn't
were-
grown.
when my freshman year in college, there were like 125 pounders who were still in college because they had wrestled me their senior year of high school when I was a freshman at 106, 113.
Yeah.
And so like there would be 125 pounders at Bakersfield and wherever, where I'd be like, I wrestled that guy in high school, and I was a 165 pounder. But no, there was a blizzard that night, and they were like, we're not gonna have weigh-ins tomorrow morning. They're gonna be tonight.
Oh.
So they changed it up, and then so
And
I
how
was,
late
like,
was the change to make that weigh-in change?
late? It was like probably 5 p.m., 6 p.m.
Oh, like that day, that night, they're
At the
like,
tournament.
we're switching it up.
at the tournament, like we're switching up. There's no weigh-ins tomorrow. You have to weigh in tonight.
Honestly, I think that's fair given the circumstances. I think they should just be like, you guys get an extra pound or something. That's crazy because some people will be 3 over. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they know that they're gonna drift it or they are gonna get one more workout and like that is their plan. Like that is how they cut their weight. That's actually insane that they changed the weigh-in times.
Worst cut of my life.
Oh, I can
Worst
imagine.
cut of my life.
It changes everything.
Yeah. We went to Chili's that night.
That place is
Also, terrible decision.
No, Chili's.
Why?
I don't like Chili's.
You don't like Chili's?
Hot
grow
take.
up.
Hot
Not
take.
hey,
I'm by myself. Very
cut
hot
him
take.
down some points, dude.
Dude,
hot
no,
takes are
you
have
don't
to
like
be-
Chili's?
No, I've been
hot-
twice.
Bad take.
I've been twice. Let me
take.
just hear me out.
You probably
Let me hear
get
it,
some
let me hear it.
bullshit.
I've been twice. Neither time was I wowed, but the more reason I don't like Chili's, I would say, is because there are so many great restaurants. Like if you're which restaurant are we going out to eat? Chili's is not in my top 10.
Dude,
Like there's so
bro,
many
it's in
places.
my top 10.
Immediate
ra-
seating. You can make a reservation on an app.
Bottomless
There's so
chips
many
and-
good
bottomless
restaurants.
chips and salsa.
Best
Bottomless
chips
chips.
ever.
You go to any Mexican restaurant.
No, not the same. You're
It's
wrong.
Tex-Mex. It's different.
Yeah.
You're in the minority.
No,
here,
I
mate.
don't-
Bad
no,
take.
I understand.
I vote.
So we get Chili's
I'd
after
say
this.
we take a vote.
We
My
take
bad.
it. We take this vote. We put it in the pact, and then we review it and confirm it was indeed a bad take.
Okay, like
Until Chili's really
That
messes
is a
up.
bad
Chili's
take.
goes out of business in like 5 years, though. Then
No,
it
they're
turns
doing-
out it was a
hey.
hot take or it was a good take.
Trust me, Chili's is not.
Yeah, what do you?
Yeah,
I
that
will
place
keep them in
is
business
slammed.
myself.
Ironic that I know this, but Chili's is doing the best out of any fast casual. Like
Fast
by
casual.
far.
Fast
Applebee's is going to the ground. TGI Fridays is going to the ground.
Wait.
Chili's is killing it.
Fast casual would be like Applebee's and TGI's and
Whatever a chain, maybe just restaurant.
Texas
chain.
Roadhouse.
Yeah, those are not
Texas
doing good.
Roadhouse is killing
Chili's
it.
is doing notoriously very well.
yeah.
Not
Well, Applebee's is now with like
Applebee's is doing all right. What are
No,
we
but
doing
they're
here?
paired with people now.
What are we doing here?
I think it's IHOP.
Nate, look at what you got us on with your.
What else you got in
dumb
that
chili
bad
stick.
take?
Okay,
Sean?
next one. So we ended with Jaden Cox's
We're still
mid
on bad
from-
takes. Yeah, all right.
We
Say
got
this one.
2 more here. I'm gonna add that one. I'm gonna add chilies to the jar. Next one. Marcus Blaze is overrated. This is from September 2nd, 2024. So not too long ago. I know who said this. Clearly Evan.
And he took 4th in NCAA's this year.
Would you consider that overrated?
Well, consider
Well,
that-
where's your level of?
Yeah, I
okay, you
don't-
said overrated. So where are you
Well, at the
standing on
time,
that?
he had just beat Dayton Fix. He had
Okay.
just beat Seth Gross. He had beat all those guys. And I said, I don't know that he's going to do necessarily that well.
What do you think?
As well as everyone anticipates him to do. Like, everyone was saying he's
Like
probably
Carter
gonna-
Young? Was that who it was? Was Carter Young the guy that beat Gross
He
and
beat
everyone
Gross,
at trials?
yeah. But
and then he
honestly-
didn't like he had a solid career, but he hasn't like he
Yeah.
didn't beat all those national champs like he did at the trials.
If anyone were to have said he was overrated, that was a good take.
Yes, I would agree.
Not Marcus Blaze. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, this one was, and I still would say, yeah, I'm definitely wrong there. But he did take 4th against
I think,
Seidel and
I think he
Benavides.
was properly rated.
I think he was number 1 ranked going into the season. Number 1 ranked guy. He's number 1 at one point.
Marcus Blaze.
That's in September
Mm-hmm. He
2024.
was what was he, the
No,
2
this
seed?
season. No,
This year?
he was a 3 seed.
3 seed.
3 seed.
Okay. No,
That was before Jax Forrest got in there, I
And that
guess,
was
to
his-
be fair.
this was his freshman year.
This was his yeah.
Yeah,
freshmen.
I'm gonna say that's a bad take. Is my personal ruling right now. Especially you're a freshman and you just placed 4th in the country at NCAAs. He's got 3 more years of just college, not to mention anything he does on the freestyle scene.
And who did he lose to in the tournament this year?
Bendavino and Seidel.
Yep, Aaron Seidel and Ben Davino. Davino beat him in the the quarters or the
No, Davino beat in semis.
semis.
But I think it is interesting to note that he lost to there's 3 freshmen right now who are better than him.
Yeah.
So I wasn't saying that he's not good. I'm just saying that he's overrated. I think there's some other guys who
Going to be better than him.
yeah.
Okay, I see that. You know what? I think you can't make. I take it back. Can't make
switch.
official decision.
I'll take
on
that
this.
one out because
I'm not taking it out yet.
I'll say what I think. I think at that time, like he was saying, what I understood it as was like top 4 guy, right? So I think we properly rated him at that point. But I do think that your argument of, okay, well, the 3 guys in front of him are all freshmen. We weren't thinking that was going to happen when that, you know what I mean?
3 guys in front of him were all freshmen, and for him to beat Dayton Fix, had a really close one with Vito, and beat Seth Gross, it was like this guy's a national champ. This guy's a
Yeah, okay, but to be fair, like we wouldn't have expected him to beat Jax Forrest at that point because he had a really close one with Vito, and Jax just annihilated him.
This was Jackson not wrestled Vito at the time.
When did they wrestle?
They wrestled Final X June, a whole year later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to officially say we keep it in the jar because it was his freshman year. I think he's met the means for this to be wrong so far, but we got several more years before I think we can make a official ruling. Fair, Pat?
Correct. Yep. Fair.
Okay. Back in the jar. Final one that we have here. What is this? Wyatt Ingham will wrestle heavyweight. Oh, this is last week.
Yeah,
Okay,
what,
Pat,
that's
we
what you
discussed
just
this.
put in there from there.
Oh, this is from the sad takes jar. Okay. All right.
That is a sad take.
We'll,
I really
we'll
think
revisit
we're
that
gonna
one.
I didn't say he will wrestle. I said he could fill it out.
Too late,
No.
but it's in the jar.
Yeah,
No,
it is in the jar.
It's in the jar.
that's fine. You
Well,
guys
it's in the
lied.
old bad takes jar, but it was the sad bad takes jar because it was not.
Go
as
back and
pretty
watch
as
the
this one.
tape. Go
Word
back
is
and watch
sad,
the tape.
dude. It was just sad.
It was a sad
Go
jar
back
with
and watch
bad
the tape.
handwriting. This is a nice bad takes jar. It's still a bad takes jar.
We're gonna clip you. At the end of his career, when he is not a heavyweight, we're gonna clip you.
Yep.
I'm gonna be next 3 years. I'm gonna be thinking of a crazy captain.
Yep. All right. Yep. All right. Where should we go next? You guys want to do RAF recap or U.S. Open talk?
RAF recap.
RAF recap. Okay, let's get into it. Well, let's. Does anybody have? I'll put you on the clock here for the first period. If anybody has an RAF take that they want to do for the 7-minute match.
Let the
RAF
produ-
take.
Yeah.
So
Well, so we could merge this into 7-minute match, or we could just straight up talk about RAF.
straight up talk about RAF.
Okay.
I think we can.
Okay, scoreboard goes bye-bye.
That's fine. We're not there yet. All right. So, first off, Evan, RAF athlete, what did you think of RAF 8?
I thought it was a good event. I think that there was the main event was just silly. Like,
I turned it off after Kyle Snyder's match.
really, you just turn it off?
Straight
Yeah,
up,
look,
I
look,
had to go to bed.
as bad as
had
I
to go to bed.
as bad as I thought the match was going to be, and it ended up being that bad. Like,
Was it?
I'm still interested to watch it. Yeah, I mean, he went up by like 8 points instantly and was refusing to score. You could tell he was like, "Let's make this a show." kind of
Keeping him
thing.
in the match.
Yeah, which maybe there's some people who
Who won?
Armon.
I genuinely, I turned it off, and when I tell you I didn't care about the result after that, like I saw the clips and stuff, I just scrolled right past it.
You got to be actively trying.
No,
Doesn't
I
interest you
wasn't
at all.
interested.
Yeah,
to
he
s-
saw him. He scrolled past. That's
I
not-
did because I
yeah.
wasn't interested in sitting there. Like I have a small attention span now, you know, because of TikTok and Instagram, and yet that didn't grab my like. It genuinely just didn't grab my attention. Like I wasn't.
Yeah, and the match was terrible.
I
But-
saw that somebody got ran off the stage.
Yeah, you're right. Faber got ran off the stage by Armon.
That I saw.
Yeah.
I saw
mean, it was. They tried to make a show of it, but it was not even remotely close to competitive.
There was one match that we were all dead wrong on.
Which one?
What, Cassiope?
No,
That was bad.
That's bad.
that one was bad. Yeah.
That bummed me out.
Aiden. Zaid. I was
Caden?
dead wrong.
That one.
Did we pick on that?
Yeah.
Of course we did. Yeah,
We
and
all
I said
picked
I
Caden.
really
Homer still
underestimated
got it.
Lance.
I thought Caden for sure was gonna win. I still thought he was.
Well, I know, we
gonna
all
win
said
the-
it
Did
on
you
the
scroll
podcast.
past that one too fast?
No, I watched it. I watched the whole
He's
card
like, oh, I
except
didn't
for the
know.
final match. I had to go to bed, man. It was bedtime.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a good win. I didn't see it coming.
I didn't see it coming. I mean, I don't know. Caden's looked very good in the past, and Lance
I didn't think he looked
not.
bad.
No, it's not that he looked bad. I think maybe strategically he didn't.
I would agree a little bit. Strategically, he did not wrestle great.
Yeah, but no, Lance impressed.
still
the hell out
good.
of me,
Yeah,
winning it.
still good.
because he's gotten smoked like 3 times. Armon dusted him. So do you think Armon's?
What did Lance
Oh,
weigh
yeah,
in
no,
at?
no,
Was there a big weight? I genuinely don't know. Was there a big weight difference between Lance and Caden?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
They probably wouldn't at all.
Well, isn't
Lance
the
is not a big
Armagh
dude.
guy like really big?
He's really big.
Armand Sarukian, he's a UFC guy.
Yeah.
Well, whoever.
He wrestled 175, so for him to be wrestling Lance was kind of absurd.
He
I
weighed in
guess.
at like 174.
So Lance was really
Yeah.
small when those two wrestled.
Lance was really small. Maybe I'm getting that wrong.
I
Or was
don't- I don't
Lance
know- I
big
don't
and
know what
Caden was
Lance
small
Palmer
against
weighs.
Lance?
I
That's
don't think
what-
so. I think they made the same weight, probably 145, if I had to guess. Yeah, but no, I mean I think it was really good. I think Lance got the win fair and square. It's a close match.
Agreed.
Oh,
good
here
one.
I'll tell you guys. I have the weights right here.
145.
55 was Palmer and Caden Henschel.
So
and
Caden was probably like 5 pounds under.
Sarukian and Faber were 75.
Okay. Yeah. Caden weighs like 150. So
150. Okay. Yeah, but I don't.
that's
think
not
Lance is
that's
cutting
nothing to
lightweight.
that's nothing to complain about. 5 pounds.
Yeah.
No. Well, I have thoughts on RAF. I was in 3 different group chats of people all in different places watching RAF. It was very active. Jake was in one of those ones where I was very vocal. I like RAF. I genuinely like it. I like what they're doing. But man, do they have so much work to be done. Like it sucked. There was so much. I don't even mind the gimmick matches. I'm kind of cool with them. Like even the one that I didn't watch, I genuinely had to go to bed, so I didn't watch it. Otherwise, I would have.
They piqued my interest more than I would think, but yeah.
No, yeah. But one of the takes, and I won't dwell on this one. Last week I said they need to make these title matches the end. Like it needs to have the titles need to mean something. They don't really mean anything if they're use these people that are bringing eyes to it. Put them a couple matches before, and then the title matches.
Yeah,
Boom.
yeah.
Okay, so that's one take. The next take. This is similar, and I think that's on purpose, to the UFC model, right? You climb the ladder, you get a chance to win the belt, right? And you're the main events, you're the co-main events, you're the name, okay? Unfortunately, the wrestling world has too many nice guys, right? And it's not in their bones, it's not in their DNA to promote. Like unfortunately, I'm sorry, like you suck at promoting. Like you have to be willing, and you have to understand that if you want to get paid, and if you want to get paid more, you need to be able to promote and like garner people's attention to want to follow you for whatever the reason is. Whether you're the bad guy or you're just not afraid to call out somebody or you're just not afraid to wrestle anybody. Chael Sonnen he teed people up all night long on a silver platter to say something, and every single time, except for Zahid. Unfortunately, it was against Sinclair. But you know what, Zahid? You nailed it. You did a damn good job. Everybody is just too chicken to say anything. They won't even say who they want to wrestle. It's like, well, who do you want to wrestle next?
Anyone.
Oh, yeah, I'll wrestle anyone that they think is a good matchup for me and that they want me to wrestle. Like, I'm down for it. And you know what? I know a lot of these people, some of these people that are wrestling, like, behind the scenes, that is not the case. They do not want to wrestle certain people. That is not always the case. Not everyone, but But there are people that will say, "Oh, I'll wrestle anyone." No, you won't. Okay. First of all,
Well, that's why they don't make them a main event.
I know, but if you ever want to like grow the sport or grow yourself or grow your paycheck, you need to like at least at the bare minimum have somebody in mind that you want to wrestle, right? And then maybe do some trash talk. You don't have to; it might not be your thing, but you have to find a way to get an edge of like Zahid goes, "I told you he's not on my level. He's not even close." Nailed it. And then he starts talking about who he wants to wrestle. That's sweet. Kyle Snyder. Chael, like you just have this amazing match, and Chael everyone's still freaking out, pumped up, and like who do you want to? He kind of gives his little speech, I'm thankful, blah blah blah, thanks. And Chael straight up just goes, no, I need more from you, I need more. And what does he say? He goes, that's all I got, dude. What are we doing?
Who was that? Who said that's all I got?
Kyle. The second time,
Really?
Chael literally goes, he's like, Kyle, like he just gave his whole response. He's like, Kyle, I need more from you. The crowd is still going crazy. This is probably the best match we've ever seen at RAF. Like, who do you want to wrestle? Like, what do you like? I need something else. What do you got? And he just goes, that's all I got. It's like,
Refuses.
dude, say something. Come on. Like, when Cejudo, obviously, like, he backed out from injury, and I don't remember who it was that Chael interviewed after the match, and it was like, what happened there? And whoever it was that he interviewed, like, they took the nice road, and they were like, and whether it's true or not, this is where you say something to promote it. He took the nice road and was like, oh, he's dealing with an injury. I hope he rests up and gets healthy. And what was it? Marab. And they said something about, like, I thought they were going to try and get him a match. Like, yeah, it just didn't work out or something like that. It's like, you know what? That's a perfect opportunity for you to just, whether it's true or not, be like, yeah, Cejudo had a little boo-boo that his Band-Aid couldn't cover up, so he had to sit out. And Marab, I guess it's not about anytime anywhere. Like, he's not about that act. Like, you could come up with something. Just cut a promo, damn it. Call somebody out. It was, and then, final thing. I'm sorry. This is a long one. Final thing. The production side, for what they spend on the production, I don't know. Rashka Productions probably competes with them.
It's not, no.
It was they might be a little better, but it was like, it wasn't great. It wasn't, and the like these little scenes that they were doing where they would like Real Woods, they catch him off the elevator and they're like, is that you? He's the only guy in the entire video. Like, there's nobody else around that you're doing like these weird TMZ interviews. Like, that was really just awkward to watch. It felt very WWE, but it just felt weird. Like, I don't know if you guys remember those.
What?
No, I know exactly. They did the same thing to me.
It felt very weird to do it that way.
Is that you?
And then he goes, seriously?
Yeah.
And then they're like,
Whoa.
what happens if you lose? Like, what? I mean, that's a weird question. But if I got asked that question, if I'm trying to promote this, I would immediately just be like, get out of my face. Or like something like,
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
something. Not, like, come on.
Yeah, I just feel like in the wrestling world, like we were all, especially in our era, was like every coach that you had growing
Humble.
up was like, yeah, be humble, don't run your mouth, don't go on social media. And it's like, what I'm realizing is it's like, if you want to make money in this sport, you kind of got to do the exact opposite.
Bingo.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, guys are really not good. And Kyle Snyder obviously is one of those guys. I'm sure his coach was saying the same thing. Barry Davis used to say the same thing. Stay off social media. Don't post about anything. Don't be that guy. Just put your head down and work super hard. It's a little bit of that Iowa mentality that's still in wrestling.
It is. And I understand where they're coming from, but I'm just trying to say, like Chael and Ben are two, and obviously they're on the RAF broadcast. They are probably two of the best. Like, if you meet them, and I don't know Chael, but I have a feeling he's probably similar to Ben. These guys are amazing on the mic, right? Like, they can talk smack. But if you meet them, if you meet Ben, you realize, like, completely different. Like, he is putting on a show to sell, right? But if you meet him in person, he is not that like, he is
Completely different.
so nice. He is genuinely such a good human. I have a feeling Chael's probably the same way based off like the YouTube stuff you see him post. But when he's on a mic, the man knows how to talk. And guess what? Chael has an army of people that say, I've never seen Chael lost to John Jones. Like, he got robbed from that match. Or
Chael's a cult. There's a cult. Of
right,
people who
but
love
he
Chael.
created that from talking.
I wonder if he spends as much time training as he does preparing for media and all that stuff. You know
Ben
what I
talked
mean?
about it. He's like, if you want to be good at it, you need to like think about ahead of time, what are you going to say?
Yeah.
Have a plan of what you're going to say in your post match. It doesn't mean it has to be your whole thing, but you should have a plan of who you want to call out, because your mind's going to be racing when you're done with something like that.
I will say, like, with these RAF matches, a lot of, other than Zahid, how many of them? I know Real Woods beat Jordan Oliver a couple times. I know he's wrestled a couple times. Nolf a couple times, but Nolf doesn't really talk that much anyway. Snyder's, is this the second time he's wrestled on RAF?
I think he's wrestled more than that.
Second or third?
Second or third.
But
Second or third.
Oh, the card itself had a lot of really quiet people, right? Just by nature.
Sure.
And then I feel like a lot of newer people, like Lucas Bird. I don't think he's ever done it before.
Agreed.
Right,
But he
so-
lost. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He beat
He
Darian
lost.
Cruz.
He won. He beat Darren Cruz.
Oh, he did. Yes, he did
Yeah,
because
he
he
beat
got
him
interviewed
too.
right after. Yes.
And
I
JL
remember
beat
that.
Real Woods twice.
That's what I meant.
I will
My
say,
bad, my bad. So yeah, so like Real Woods hasn't been on the mic a whole lot either. So I just feel like there's a lot of guys that won that haven't really had their opportunity to be on the mic. It's like their first time. So I feel like when you were on the mic the first time, did it feel natural or did it feel kind of clunky and awkward? And you're like,
It ended up being clunky and awkward, but I thought it felt natural.
Yeah, like you get through, but you're gonna get through
I
it.
thought it was in my.
But you're
in the zone.
But
so
you
that
were
was-
trying, like you were like you're gonna get there. Maybe it's not perfect, but like they're very much on the humble mindset, keep your head down, move forward, sort of thing. Nolf, I will say, is kind of an exception because he has kind of, and I think it stems from his wrestling style in college. He has like this quirky thing about him, like so he doesn't. I don't think he always has to say a lot because he just like he is the guy that a lot of other people maybe want to have a similar like personality of in that respect, like starting his walkout in the stands, like.
Yeah, like he does everything right, but then he just does like they tried to get him to call me out, and he was like, "No, I don't know about that." It's like, but so it is very strange where he actually does a lot of the promoting very well, but then when he gets on the mic, it's not.
He does it a different way.
Yeah, he does
but
it
he
a
does
different
it a lot of like the mic for a lot of people is that's going to be your best opportunity. Not everybody can walk out from the stands. Like that's an original idea. He does it. You see two other people do it. You're like, okay, you're just copying him.
Yeah,
Like you got to come up with your own shtick. Whatever it is, you have to have your own shtick. And there are too many people are the humble guy. So that's a shtick.
Like
Too many
Gabe.
people are that.
yeah, and they're not going to be able to escape from those YouTube matches, the influencer matches, unless the wrestlers start to take the reins on the
Yes.
promoting, which is unfortunate because at this point, I bet the YouTube guys are probably. The influencers are probably
Love it.
selling most of the tickets.
Yeah, and you know what? That's a really great point. Like, because at some point, if these like the wrestler guys take the reins, I bet the YouTube guys will phase out. Like they
Yeah.
won't stop having them in there, like the influencer people.
They
It
won't
will
need to,
be.
yeah, they won't
But they
need to.
don't have they can't carry the wagon yet. They can't carry the boats.
Yeah,
Hey, one thing I haven't seen yet, does RAF have rankings for their divisions?
That
Like,
would be another great
like,
thing, I think.
I wish they had those so I knew who was contenders. Like I feel like it'd be easier to make matches
Like
too.
the UFC, right?
Well, I think a little bit of that. RAF doesn't seem like they're doing the total UFC model. They're doing a lot of the WWE model too. Like to
Yes.
you guys' point, they're doing
Agreed.
a mix of both. I think they're trying to do the competition side a lot like the UFC, but their promotional stuff's all been like WWE, like the TMZ type stuff.
Yeah, like literally
Yeah.
behind the scenes, and they got the one
Just-
camera
yeah,
talking
they're
to
doing
them.
a lot
and
of the, which makes sense. They're
Come
people
from
from
the
the WWE. So and the competition side of it, Izzy comes from UFC. So it makes sense that they're trying to combine the two.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
good point.
I do wish that they got rid of some of the influencer matches. There's some of them that I'm interested in, like just seeing them get beat up, maybe. But then a lot of the time, like you guys are saying, I just don't care. But I do think that the rankings would help it become a little bit more interesting. I'd have
Then you
more
know
of
who
an
to call out,
idea.
too.
Yeah, exactly. I'll know who to call out.
Because they're 2 spots ahead of me. I'm not trying to call out the champ when I'm number
It
10.
kind of goes back into
Yeah.
your point where you're making the championship like the most high priority.
Bingo.
Right, if you create the rankings as well. There was another thing that I was thinking of, but I can't remember. But
Interject.
yeah, I will.
I do think that's a great point, and it'll get there. And I like I said in the very beginning, I genuinely do like RAF, and there are so many positive things. It's easy to pick out the things that are the negative, right, or the things that you don't like. They do so many great things. I genuinely like it, and I follow it. There's just like from my standpoint of promotion and thoughts on it, it's
it's the most ambitious thing that wrestling's done in a long time.
oh,
yeah.
sorry. Do you think that they should split up the card into like a prelim, take like a little break, and then do a main event? That way you can kind of separate and like you're saying, like you're not
Yeah.
part of the main event. What is the main event? There's a list of 11 matches.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I previously never thought about it until this past weekend. Two people said to me, they said this is too long, and they said what you just said, that it should get split up. I'd be down for that, right? And that's how you should get paid more for being on the main event. Obviously,
Yeah,
right?
I definitely think
And
that
guess
that makes
what?
it easier to like kind of split the athletes. You create more of an incentive to make it to the main card. Not
Bingo.
only just making it to the championship, but I want to make it to the main card.
Right. And how do I do that? I have to be able to sell myself.
Yeah, I think there are structures that they could do that would kind of create more incentive for people to be more entertaining.
I think it's a great idea.
Yep.
It's a great idea. Should we go? You got anything else you want to say? I think we go into a 7-minute match. What do we think?
Let's do it.
7-minute match. Okay.
Are we keeping it to 7 minutes here?
7-minute match.
10:30.
Little different this week. We're going 7-minute match, and now all three of us will have a topic, but 2 people are going to be scored. And I think we start off with you two. What do you think? Pat, the way it's going to work, Jake has a scoreboard that pops up. There is no actual time limit, so don't think you have to worry about the time limit. Jake has a scoreboard, and whatever he wants to award a point to. The points don't really matter, but they matter. Whatever he wants to award a point to. You make him laugh, you make a good point, whatever it is, he is allowed to add. Are you subtracting points too? He's not subtracting points, but he can add a point for whatever he wants. You smile at him the right way, you might get a point, okay?
Really?
We should put a time to it if we're doing a match. It doesn't have to be 7 minutes. 4-minute periods. Hash it out. Otherwise, it's going to be very drawn out.
All right, let's do 7-minute match then. Who's
3-2-2.
Let's do it. Let's see how it runs. This is the first. It's
Pat versus
experimental.
Evan?
It's Pat versus Evan. Experimental. Pat, let's let you start things off here. The first period, 3 minutes. What is your 7-minute match topic?
Shake hands. Ready. Wrestle.
You can throw a challenge brick too.
I can.
If you want, you could throw a challenge brick. It's back there. Grab it and throw it if you don't like something that was said.
one? Where?
The brick.
Put it in between you two. You guys both get an
the brick.
opportunity.
Red brick.
Holy cow.
Oh. Dude, this thing's in the way. I couldn't see it.
It happens to the best of us.
All right. Evan
put it on the
hates
table.
folk style wrestling, so let's just go. Let's do best folk style top wrestlers.
Start it.
Ooh,
Ready?
we're going into that. Okay.
Shake hands. Ready. Wrestle.
Yeah, hate is a strong word. Look, I don't hate folk style wrestling. One, I should get a point already for misrepresenting what's going on here. I think that there's things about freestyle wrestling that I don't like too. I don't like the chest wrap. You get the guy dominates you in the hand fight, the guy shoots to your leg, and then you chest wrap and you get 2 points, right? But I also think it's frustrating in folk style wrestling. The edge obviously rewards the defensive guy, the guy who is backing away. Yada. Even if we throw, I don't know if that's how the brick works.
This is not my topic.
What are you talking about?
My topic's best folk style top wrestlers.
What? Oh, pump
I just said
So no points
I threw
have
in
been
there
awarded.
beforehand.
I actually did award a point.
to who? To me? What? Yeah, bro, you're gonna lose that theoretical battle.
That's crazy. That's not even my
Anyway,
topic.
I do think.
He was getting. I mean, he was.
That's
a
a challenge. Wait, go back and review. I challenged it.
Okay.
Take that point away.
Oh, this is a challenge.
Well, throw the brick then. You lose the brick then.
The wrong wrestler stepped onto the mat when we realized.
All right, so
These guys are two
I
different
like
weight
the
classes.
point where he said that the edge is rewarding.
That's wonderful. It's
the-
not my topic.
Okay.
We'll continue that one next week.
Whose topic was it, Nate?
No, run the tape. It was okay. It was Pat's topic.
That's a great
and
point
he
that he
did
made.
say. You started off by saying Evan hates folk style wrestling, so let's start with. And then he said his topic is the best top wrestlers of all time in folk style.
After the challenge, the point has been taken away.
Thank you.
All right.
Wow. So he
Greatest top
he
wrestler.
threw you on a loop a little bit, though. I mean,
He did. He pumped.
No,
faked
I threw in
me.
a
He hit the-
jab.
well, you
I didn't
made
throw
him
a
look.
loop. I threw a jab, and I was like, all right, let's get
Misdirect.
into
You
it.
gave him a misdirection. You
Okay,
made
we
him
got-
think one thing.
Listen, if he's gullible enough to hit my fake, then that's his fault.
Yeah, I agree.
We got
I
2
would
minutes
say-
and 26 seconds on the clock.
I don't
Match.
like this timer thing.
Go.
because-
Go.
Amigo.
Yeah, it's your topic.
I'll start with. I'll go 2.
Okay.
I'll go Zane Rutherford and Logan Stieber.
Logan Stieber. How's this? Okay, Zane Rutherford's on mine.
Because I think Zane Rutherford with his Turks was like one of the meanest. I think Logan Stieber before that, right?
I got someone who blows your boy out of the water.
Give me.
Spencer Lee blows Logan Stieber out of the water.
I would agree with Evan that Spencer Lee is better than Logan Stieber at top wrestling.
At top wrestling.
Bro, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
his
Fair
topic.
enough.
This
Okay,
is
fair
his-
enough.
this
But
is his
Zane
topic.
Rutherford, who's better on top?
I have all of these people were considered on mine, but the one name that has not been listed has the record that we've all heard about multiple times.
How old
Ben
are you?
Askren.
I know. He
with
got a lot of his
19
pins
in
from
a row
neutral
and
too,
18
though.
in the first period in college. In a row.
Yeah, but pins are
Yeah,
pins.
pinning's different.
Pin is,
Pinning's on top.
Well, you are on
Does
top,
he-
but is it takedown to pin? I think that's usually what he's
Yeah, a lot
catching
of
on the
his comes
scrambles.
from those
Cradles.
takedowns.
What?
It comes from
Yeah,
cradle.
cradles from scrambles.
I
don't know
think-
if Ben's.
I don't know, man. The ultimate goal is to pin somebody, and you do that from top wrestling and
I think I got
cradling.
like 3 points here.
I think David Taylor with his crab ride and his half, right? That's really who I learned, like that whole using my feet as hands, catching wrist, half, rolling back, catching half, like rolling half series. I learned all of that from David Taylor. I think he's awesome at it.
Max Askren was doing that before David Taylor.
I think
That's
I think-
okay, dude. I'm only
who's the
28
other
years old. I'm not watching all these. Like I was David Taylor's my era. That's who I watched.
But I think all that aside, I still think Spencer Lee makes a big case for the #1 top wrestler of all time. Even Zane Ruther, for me, it's between Zane and Spencer.
I think it's interesting because if you think about it too, Zane, like he's absurd. All these guys are absurd on top. I think a lot of his pins come from like leg riding for like 2 periods or something, and then the third period, like he's just like you are dead. You are so drained. But on the flip side, and then he's really
teching a lot of guys.
He's teching a lot of guys. And then Spencer, it's like if you make it out of the second period, Spencer on top is not the same as Spencer was on the first period.
Yeah, I think that makes the case that he's probably like if you're turning people in the first period,
Right.
really
That's
good.
that would be the argument I think on
Time.
how good he was.
That was a really good first period.
Is it a tech fall yet?
I got it 0-0.
What?
There's been names thrown out, but no.
he
Dude,
dropped
you're
his
being-
two.
you're
He
being,
dropped
like,
his
frickin'-
two. He dropped his 2. I dropped mine, and they're
Yeah.
definitely better than his.
Hold on, wait, time out.
Dude, the ref is dogging me here.
Nothing
WF
more
Wrestle
than-
School ref.
You guys
Nothing-
literally just said different names and then went back and forth.
Loosen
There
up
was
the
no-
butthole a little bit.
I've got.
You're
this
being
is
a
my
little
score.
tight with the points here.
Don't attack the ref. Yellow card, something. All right. Period.
On
2.
who?
I think you need to just throw up some points though a little bit.
Throw on
more.
my brick.
On
Throw my brick.
Jake. On Jake. Challenge
do.
break on Jake.
Yeah, on Jake.
Okay.
Come on.
Second period.
Oh my gosh.
Who leads it off?
I'll do freestyle versus folk style.
Ooh.
I don't like this time limit thing.
I like it because it keeps it.
Okay, well then
it's
you
a
gotta
segment.
let us know when to switch because
Give my
if
break.
he's going for 2 minutes and then I get nothing, I'm gonna be upset.
Because then the guy that's sitting out doesn't get the. I have so many thoughts. Like they have so many.
Well,
they
you
make
said
good
it was
points.
me versus Evan.
No, I
After
know.
the match, we can talk about it.
That all right. Go ahead.
We got to keep it in the theme. Of the
Second
7-minute
second
match.
topic.
Okay,
This will be good. I'll do the third.
freestyle. I'm incredibly frustrated a lot of times in folk style watching. At least in neutral wrestling, it seems like the offensive wrestler is not nearly as rewarded as they are in freestyle, and that frustrates me. We need a push out rule, and I don't know what we do about this diving to the leg and holding on and squeezing the leg and rolling across your back stuff, but it's frustrating me. I hate to see the offensive wrestler punished.
So I think back to Dean Heil and Jesse Delgado, and that is like the peak era of people diving for legs and rolling around, right? Let's just call it like it is. They altered what the rules were from that to
Let's keep it a
eliminate
buck
that.
Here.
Pause, time out. Because they have like 3-second danger rule. I think that the ref should enforce that a little bit more strictly, to your point, right?
Fair.
I think that if they enforce that strictly, then that will eliminate it a lot easier than just eliminating it altogether and making it more like freestyle and just be like, no, you expose that's 2.
But I just feel like again we're taking folk style wrestling and we keep changing the rules to make it more like freestyle, right? Like the stalling going out of bounds is like really it's going to be stalling out of the bounds and we're putting into the ref's hands, right? Like what are we doing? Like let's just make it a push out, right? And I do agree, but it's like at some point these these guys are on their back for like 6 seconds, and so yeah, I mean I like what you're saying about the refs got to be more.
That's got to be a point for Pat if
obvious
he's
about it.
agreeing with Pat. Right,
Oh
Jake?
no.
Right?
There's nuance. There's nuance. Trust me. But nonetheless, I think we're moving folk style in the direction it's just going more and more towards freestyle. And every rule that we do,
It shouldn't.
Well, I don't think
It
adding
should.
a step
It
out.
should not.
I don't think adding a step out would make folk style wrestling better. Right?
I agree.
totally would.
I don't think it does.
I don't think so because I think there's so like people.
It's a different.
I like scrambling, right? That's why I don't think that we need to give the 2 exposure. I think that the 3-second exposure rule is fair enough.
So great. It's
right?
honestly perfect.
It's
for
perfect
folk style,
as long
it's
as
perfect.
the referees actually enforce it, right?
And they usually do.
But I don't want to stop the wrestling. Just because I'm out of bounds doesn't mean that the wrestling has to stop. I don't know. I don't think that there's a need to enforce that out of bounds rule to the point of a point. I think that 2 stall calls is perfectly okay.
No, I totally think at some point, and now guys are going out of bounds. I mean, even Ben talks about this. There's consistently we're going out of bounds, and it's obvious that the out of bounds is rewarding the guy who's losing the hand fight, who's getting pushed out of bounds, right? And then look, there's edge cases where it's maybe you get in on a shot and accidentally step out, right? Whatever, okay, that stuff happens, right? Maybe you get in on a shot and slip to your back and get taken down, right? But we don't change takedown rules, right?
Oh, well, I actually think that
Yeah, we shouldn't be changing rules. I agree.
Nate, get your point in, and that was the end of I let it go a little bit. That was a good discussion.
I do think that the hand fight favors, or it doesn't help the guy that's better at it, and he's kind of pushing him out of bounds.
And guys hit the legs.
Agreed, because that guy needs to wrestle. So part of it, though, I do believe is on the referees, and now this is a 2-part thing, because it's on the referees to not say let him in. You need to make him wrestle in, and if he doesn't, because I am trying to get him to wrestle back on me, and because I'm overwhelming him, he's just backing up to the edge, essentially. He needs to wrestle back on me and basically put himself at the risk, because otherwise, you know what I'm saying? The ref needs to call that, not action. They need to just start, that's a stall, and then it'd be a stall again, because that guy he's not willing to put himself at the risk to get taken down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think it's more on the referee, you don't need the out of bounds thing. You need the referee to call it. But another thought is, and this isn't my own thought, I saw this on Twitter a few weeks ago. The rules, especially edge wrestling, the rules are always changing so much that you get 1 year and then they change again. That does not help the referees try to be consistent and learn the rules.
I would say
so they're always changing. They always have to then relearn it, and they're remembering an old thing, or they're again relearning it. You got to just stick with it for a while and and see how that plays out. You can't keep trying to change the rule every year or two.
You're talking about freestyle?
Folk style, because they changed the rules in college, edge wrestling
every 2 years.
So often.
I mean, they change the rules in freestyle all the time too. I'll say it's been more consistent. It's been more consistent. They just made rules this year.
They did with the new with the grounding. Yes.
And I thought that was great because
that was the first time they made that change in how many years?
Yeah,
I agree.
Out of bounds has been out of bounds for a long time.
2015, probably.
Right. So you got a long time of refs being able to really learn those rules.
Yes.
And now you've made a change. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it was great.
But in folk style they're doing it too much, so it hurts the ref.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, we head into the third period.
Nate, you can take
2-1 in favor of Evan.
Let's go.
This guy's being tight with the points.
I liked the point about calling it better with the 3 seconds and the danger, but I liked rewarding the defensive wrestler, and kind of alluding to if you're not winning the hand fight, you're going out of bounds, and all the subjectivity in the hands of the refs. So that's the 2-1 score. Third period.
Who's winning?
Pat is. No, Evan.
Evan is. Okay. Third topic will be greatest, and I guess this is a little bit up for how you want to determine it.
This is gonna be a good one.
This
is gonna go to overtime.
Ooh, I got the best.
Greatest folk style. We'll keep it in that parameter. Takedown artist of all time.
Takedown artist, huh?
Yeah. Yes. So I guess I'll give you 2 thought processes. I don't know how you're gonna go with it. Is it takedown artist, the guy that needs to get a takedown is going to get a takedown? Or is it the guy that scores 1 million takedowns? Or is it creative?
Or has a whole toolbox of attacks.
Do we narrow
Right.
Do we narrow this down before we start?
I don't know. Ready? Match starts. Let them figure it out.
We'll build in a few extra. We'll give this one 4 minutes. And then we'll take this to OT. If
it deserves OT.
Yeah.
If it's not tied up, it doesn't deserve OT.
I'll start.
Go.
All right, ready, go.
I'll go John Smith, low single.
John Smith, low single.
John Smith, low single. I think he's everybody's low single is off of his misdirection. He has an entire series about how he's dropping low.
Folk style.
Folk style. Yeah. All right. We'll take it.
Low singles. Low single.
All right. John Smith only won 2 NCAA.
I'm not. Listen. Are we doing how many titles they've won, or how many how good they're on their feet?
Right? No, it's takedown artist. It is takedown. It does not have to do
takedown artist.
Yeah. However you guys determine that.
Are you just going 1 for 1 here?
I don't know. No, I don't know.
Kale. greatest takedown artist of all time.
I just want to say that I think
criteria.
that's a point that deserves to go to Pat because I feel like Kale was really good at the ankle pick and a low single, and he came after.
No way. Wait. No. Kale, have you ever watched Kale Sanderson wrestle?
One of his best takedowns is John Smith's takedown.
No, ankle pick's totally different than a low single.
But he also wasn't he?
Does anybody here know Lincoln McElravy?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, the drag.
Well, I've watched like a lot of his matches back in the day, and I just remember one interview where someone's like, "What's your favorite takedown?" He's like, "Well, I got about 7 of them. Which one do you want?"
Kale beat Daniel Cormier, who's probably one of the best UFC wrestlers. He's an Olympian, and he beat him pretty damn good in the NCAA finals.
I watched it.
Yeah.
On YouTube.
Can we name any of the guys that John Smith beat?
That doesn't matter. That
has nothing to do
him
with
beating up on Daniel Cormier, who's a really good UFC wrestler, does not make him
an
one of the
Olympian.
most dynamic
He's an Olympian.
offensive wrestlers.
He's an
Timeout.
Olympian.
Okay, is he
That
one of the
doesn't-
most? So what?
He's an Olympian.
So what?
He's a really good wrestler.
Okay, dude. Henry Cejudo is an Olympian, or is a gold medalist. Helen Morales is a gold medalist. Do you think they're one of the best offensive wrestlers of all time?
Takedown artist.
One of the best
Takedown
wrestlers
artists
of all time.
Do you think they're one of the best
Thank
takedown
you.
artists of all
Thank
time?
you.
They're one of the best wrestlers of all time.
Dude, he
Wait,
does
no,
this
I'm
where
not
he just
saying-
argues
Mount
something
Rushmore.
totally different. Don't give him any points for this. He's arguing an entirely different subject.
Crashing out now, bro. Look, I'm not saying that Daniel
No, he
Cormier
does
is
this
one
all
of
the
the best
time.
takedown
You-
artists of all
you
time.
see it, though.
But he's a great wrestler nonetheless. He doesn't have to be one of the best takedown wrestlers of all time, takedown artists of all time.
It does if that's the
Kale's-
topic that we're arguing.
In order for Kale's win to mean something. No. I'm not talking about Daniel Cormier being the best. I'm saying Kale beat Daniel Cormier in the NCAA
I'm saying just
finals,
because they
and
beat
Daniel
an Olympian
Cormier
doesn't
was
make them the-
phenomenal enough to be an Olympian.
Blood time. Blood time, Jake. Blood time. We got blood time.
And he won 4, and he's
Blood
undefeated.
time. Blood time. Hold on. These two guys are out for blood right now. I just made up a rule. Blood time. Let's get back on track, okay?
Thank you. Thank you for getting him back on our
Conversation
topic.
is Best takedown artist of all time.
Thank you
Yes.
for getting him back on our topic. I
Yes.
appreciate
Maybe
that.
figure out
mate.
what your
Roscoe will
parameters
know.
are then
Roscoe
between
will
the
know.
two of
What's
you.
that?
Maybe figure out the parameters of what you guys
I got
consider
another
best
one.
takedown artists. Or
Well, look, look. Kale was not known for his top wrestling.
time back in. We're
Guys,
fixed up.
give me Kale. I want to point for Kale. Kerry Colat.
Go.
We know the credits didn't transfer.
What?
I think Kerry Colat. He's got like one of the most diverse technique things on YouTube too. Like, have you ever seen his YouTube like this where he's got Obi Blanc as his partner? He's going through
I
so
didn't
many
see the one
different
with Obi
things, and he's
Blanc.
just like, what?
I didn't see the one with Obi Blanc. No.
Obi Blanc's his partner a lot in
Really?
a lot of those videos. Yeah, a lot of different takedowns that he's going through, just super dynamic and a lot of really good attacks.
No, I like Kerry Cole.
Evan, reminder, talk. If you look at Pat,
Look, it
move your
dropped.
mic.
It dropped. It's broken. I'm telling you, the technology
Guys,
is
look,
broken.
it's
That's not
crashing
what I'm
out.
saying.
Guys,
I'm saying
look,
you
it's
need
crashing
to look
out.
when you talk to him. Yes, there you go. Position it so your mouth is projecting towards the mic.
This is the media training that I need.
I'm here for you.
My RAF.
I'm here
stuff.
for you. We're gonna do some media training.
I
for
got
you at the
another
end.
one.
I have
Gable
another-
Steveson.
Nope.
Best
Yes.
snap down, go behind guy ever.
Very
Best
fair.
heavyweight on his feet ever.
Very fair. Another one. Jason Nolf.
What's my ticker up to? Is it a major
4-2
yet?
Pat.
Is it a major yet?
I don't like the Gable one, personally. So
Wow.
I'm not on the points. I don't like the Gable one.
I actually do like Gable.
That's fine.
Gable was not known for doing anything on top.
No, but I'm saying takedown
Beat the
artist,
hell out of
greatest
guys.
takedown artist.
Yeah.
I'm
For a
thinking dynamic.
heavyweight,
I'm
he
thinking
is.
dynamic. He was super good at what he did. Yes.
Okay. Jason Nolf. Jason Nolf.
That's
probably one of the best.
where my mind goes.
Yeah, Jason Nolf.
Shit,
Very
I'll go
phenomenal.
Mitchell Messenbrink.
My mind goes there too.
That guy is the best guy on his feet right now. No one can wrestle with him on his feet.
There's a good case to be made that Jax Forrest within the next few years is probably going to be
Jax
one of the best.
Forrest?
I need
Thought about
side-by.
it, but he's not there yet. I've had that. All the
Soon.
thoughts you guys. I'm just
Soon.
agreeing with you guys.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys we could say, but I think the guys right now, it's hard to say they're the best of all time. They haven't completed
Yeah,
there.
no, that's fair.
Yeah.
But they are still already, I think, up there. Like for
Yeah.
me, I think Mitchell's up there. Like the way he wrestles, his is more.
In the
his is-
last 10 years, he's the best guy on his feet.
Yeah.
probably
I mean,
in college.
yeah. I mean, he beat the hell out of some really good guys.
I think.
but
Well, I think that him is one of them right now for sure. Nolf, and my mind goes to creativity and also the fact that he could just get a million takedowns, but he would get them in so many different ways, similar to Mitchell, but Mitchell would just get so many of them. And then my other thought was, if you needed someone to just get a takedown, that had to absolutely get a takedown, I guess this maybe goes a little bit outside of folk style, but like my mind then went to like a JB. Because like Maybe he didn't score a million takedowns like a Mitchell or something like that. But if you needed a takedown and you needed someone to get a takedown, like he's getting it in his prime, he was getting the takedown. There was no question about it.
JB and Dake.
Dake too. That guy would have a 1-1 match, but when he needed to get the takedown, he would get the damn takedown.
Dude, I watched him at the U.S. Open when he's wrestling Derringer.
Yeah.
Winning the whole match with like 45 seconds left, gets taken down.
Immediately.
And like the whole match is so boring and nothing's going on. And I think he had broke his thumb, so his hand was taped.
Yeah.
And Derringer with
I
like
got another
45
one.
seconds left goes up.
Well, time's expired, but
Oh.
Post
Wait,
high
is
crotch
this
takes
only
minutes.
U.S.?
Oh, it was we started with folk style and we
Okay,
branched
that's
into
okay.
freestyle.
Never
We've
mind.
branched to
Okay.
freestyle sort of a little.
Jeez.
What score?
well, the final score is 6-3 in favor of Pat.
Wow, he ran away with it.
I was waiting for someone to say Messenbrink, and I liked your Gable point. So
Thank you.
Okay, Pat, do
Really?
you have any final? You are the champion. Is there anything? Here's Patrick Spray. You have just won the official first ever inaugural
1-0.
seven. This first, yeah, you are 1-0, and you are now the first ever inaugural 7-minute match champion. What do you have to say? Who do you want to compete against next?
I don't care who I compete against. I just wanted to say never a doubt. I
Wow,
knew
look at this guy.
Evan was washed this whole time. Okay. Like he wants to come at me with all these battles. Once we actually put some rules and parameters around here, he crumbles.
Here's what's going on.
He's a house made of
One, we
sand.
just talked
No,
about
you
calling
lost.
people
You
out.
don't get to say anything. At
No,
this
you
point.
know,
just talked
I'll let
about
him
calling
go. He's a
people out.
house made of sand. Let him go.
Am I gonna go?
Go ahead.
All right, here we just talked about calling people out. Pat says, I don't care who they bring. Look, we just talked about RAF. You got to call somebody out, bro. This guy right there. Call him
there's
out.
only one other option.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only one. You got to call out.
We're
Two,
bringing
also,
people
I
in
didn't
here.
know this was about how many can you name. This is who's the best guy, and let's argue these 2 points, not who can you
Is
name.
Kale Sanderson's not the best guy.
He's by far the best takedown artist of all time.
I disagree with that.
Also, the quote from Lincoln was kind of a nice little add-in. That was kind of slick.
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
He doesn't
Who
know-
is the best folk style takedown artist? Not how many takedown artists can you name.
Okay.
The ref is busted here. He didn't know what's going on.
Evan, we will be doing some media training for you. I've come up with this own topic of myself. Towards the,
Look at him.
and
Did you
another
hear him
segment.
going after the ref after that?
I
True
want
sign
the
of a
people-
poor loser.
I want the people. here
True
to
sign of a poor loser.
I want the people here.
The
Put
ref's
their comments
busted.
in.
He did it wrong.
They didn't tell me it was about how many takedown artists can you name. It was who's the best, and let's argue those. John Smith versus Kale Sanderson. Who's the better takedown artist? You
Your
decide.
argument for Kale Sanderson was that he beat Daniel Cormier.
You couldn't name anyone that John Smith beat in the NCAA finals.
All right, let's move on to the U.S. Open talk. Evan, you're not wrestling in it, right?
Yeah,
You are. Okay. I haven't looked at the entries list. I don't know. When do you leave?
I leave tomorrow. 9
Okay.
a.m.
Oh, okay.
Weight's good. I'm like 5 pounds over. I mean, I'm
Okay.
always 5 pounds over.
Yeah. That's good. What is 79? That's
173.8.
okay. Yeah. All right. Dang, we're the same size, and you're like 6'3".
I know. How tall are you?
5'10" and 3/4. I'm 5'11". Okay.
3/4?
3/4. I've been measured. If I put shoes on, I'm definitely 5'11".
Yeah, that doesn't count though.
Well, I mean, yeah,
I'm like 6'4" with these shoes on.
for sure. That's why I said 5'10" and 3/4.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
They still think there's a scoreboard. Jake, are you counting?
The scoreboard's gone.
Scoreboard's gone. Okay, I'm going to read through a few of the notable men's freestyle contenders for each weight real fast, so bear with me. And then let's see any matches that, I don't know where they're going to line up in the brackets, but matches that you guys would like to see. So, all right, 57 kilos. We got Spencer Lee, Luke Littleall, Anthony Knox, Vincent Robinson, Eric Barnett, Liam Cronin, Vince, Click, I don't know how to say that guy's name.
Kilkery?
Vinny, yeah, bingo. Antonio Mills, Sheldon Seymour, Brody Teskey, Jet Strickenberger. That's 57 kilos. Anything you guys are particularly interested in there?
Obviously, Spencer Lee versus Littleall. I mean, it was pretty close
Yeah.
last time. I think that could be a very interesting one.
Yes.
Do you think that Mills kid makes any noise in there? He's that young kid from Georgia.
Fargo
Pretty
champ,
tough.
Junior Fargo champ?
That's it.
No, I just mean like
Well, he's pretty
I
good.
don't think he's. I would say he's fairly similar. Maybe I don't know. I could see him making some noise.
I'm more interested at how Anthony Knox is going to do.
I don't think. I'm not expecting Mills to make noise personally, but Vincent, I think this would be a fun match that I would like to see. Vincent Robinson versus Eric Barnett. Eric Barnett coming back into a scrapping again. Robinson, obviously All-American and national champion. I think that just could be a very fun match, and I think it would be a really Where does where does he shake out right now?
Yeah, it's interesting to see like the old guys come back.
Yes.
Yeah.
See how
And
they're
he's
actually
not
gonna do.
old per se, right? Like he's
Yeah.
26,
He's younger
something like
than
that.
us.
Younger
27.
than me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
younger than
know.
us.
But guys who have retired.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
interesting to
Mhm.
see.
So
They
I'm
can come do it.
very
I don't
excited.
really think anybody's holding water to Spencer Lee and Luke Littleall, though.
Agreed. I'm not saying they're making a run.
Yeah.
Cronin's gotten a lot better. California boy.
He is
Didn't start
tough.
wrestling until his freshman year of college.
That's
or
true.
high school.
High school.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on. 61 kilos. Nobody really tickled anybody's fancy there. 61 kilos. Jax Forrest, Ben Davino, Marcus Blaze, Austin DeSanto, Nick Buzakis, Seth Gross, Nathan Tomasello, Michael McGee. Is 61 kilos, what is that?
133-ish.
It
Yeah,
still
it's
is
basically the
133.
33-pound bracket.
So Nick Buzak, right, but now Buzakis is now he's up to 61 kilos.
I think that makes him
More dynamic.
more of a threat.
Yeah, more of a threat.
You think he makes him more of a
I think
Him
he's
going
better
from
in
125 up to like what it was 61, 134.
it's a massive jump for him. I do
Whatever it
think he's probably maybe better in the folk style side of things, but I do think he's gonna be a lot more of like he's powerful, and now he's got like significant more pounds not having to cut.
Yeah, but
I
so does
don't-
everyone else.
I don't think he's going to compete with any of those top 4 guys. Let me say that.
Mm.
I don't think he's going to beat Forrest.
DeSanto, I think I don't know. DeSanto is very good, but Forrest Davino, I want to see again. That's me.
Honestly, Tomasello's done pretty good in RAF. I'm interested to see. Honestly, I don't think that he can beat Jax Forrest or Ben Davino or Marcus Blaze, but is Austin DeSanto now just a step underneath all those guys?
I was kind of thinking, do you think DeSanto, do you think Seth Gross kind of can make another run at it or no?
I feel like
Oh,
he's.
yeah.
I
I mean, he's tricky. He's the old vet in there now.
Yeah, and he's had good matches with all of them. Forrest, Blaze.
And I would say that his counter wrestling is probably the guy that's going to give Forrest the toughest match, wouldn't you say? I mean, Davino's tough, don't get me wrong.
I didn't think about just the excitement of exchanges between a
Yeah,
Forrest.
I would like to
Gross
see
would
Jax
be-
and Seth wrestle.
Yes, agreed.
They had a really good match last time.
Yeah.
I think Seth went up 6-0.
It was crazy.
Seth went up 6-0. And ended up
I think that would be a fun one to watch. The way those two just are willing to just
Send
go
it.
into whatever position happens.
Yeah. I think Seth is one of those guys who's really, really exciting to watch wrestle regardless.
Yeah, I'm not trying to pick winners. I'm trying to pick
He's just
matches.
a gamer.
That I think
Yeah,
will be
he's
fun.
just a gamer.
Yeah, honestly, Gross versus any of those top 3. I loved Davino is probably one of my favorite guys to wrestle.
I would say him versus Davino would be a good match too, just because Davino's like got that hell of a hand fight. But
gas tank.
if he catches your wrist though, like you're gonna be having a hard time hand fighting me.
Yeah. I am interested to see how maybe like is DeSanto just even when he was in college, it seemed like he was right underneath of Fix and RBY, and I think there's one more guy who's underneath. Like, is that going to be the same case on this senior level circuit
Sebastian
where it's
Rivera.
like he's just underneath guys? Yeah, Sebastian Rivera.
Where he's right under now the senior level guys.
Yeah, where he was always
think
number
so.
3, number 4, number 3.
I think he's gonna be
Yeah.
like that again on the senior level. He's so good, but he's again just gonna be like. I do think that's. Yeah,
because he's a guy I just don't see developing much at all.
I think he's gotten a crap ton better, but then he just ends up being that guy that's right there.
We're
at
still
the-
talking about DeSanto.
Yeah.
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 All right, 65 kilos. So I'm marking down. Let's everyone pick one. I'm going for matches I want to see. We're not picking winners. Forrest and Gross. Now that
Yep.
you've swayed me, that's the one I want to see. Pat, you agree?
61?
Evan,
I agree.
You?
Forrest and Gross, you said?
Yeah. So
I mean, I think Gross versus any of those guys is, but yes, I think him versus Forrest would be the most entertaining.
Honestly, Ben Davino versus Gross to me would be very exciting as well.
I agree with that. too.
Because
Okay.
I would like
That's
to see Ben Davino seems to be kind of the anti-funk when he gets to legs.
He's very
That's true.
baseline.
Yeah, very baseline.
Wins matches.
Does he completely cut through Seth Gross's funk?
Yeah.
There's some guys
They'll
who are
probably
like
be
that,
on the same side too if you think about it, unless Gross is just like toppling down
Yeah.
the ranks.
Do you guys think if Marcus Blaze wins this bracket, is he now no longer considered overrated?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
If
Alright.
if he wins this bracket, 33 is like the most interesting for the next 3 years still.
Was Dayton Fix retired?
I don't know. He's not in there. 65 kilos. Vito Arujao, Joey McKenna, Jesse Mendez, Bo Bassett, Aiden Valencia, Brock Hardy, Bo Bartlett, Nick Suriano. Handsome Tuesdays are back.
Suriano's in there.
Back.
Suriano is in the mix, baby.
Central Coast RTC.
You cannot count that guy out.
Did he ever actually
I'm
go to
gonna
Cal
count
Poly
him
with
out.
you guys over there?
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there.
He did. Okay.
Yeah, he was
I
there.
remember you guys talking about it. I don't remember if he actually went.
He just showed up. one day.
That's it?
Just showed up. No one asked him to come. He just showed up at Cal Poly campus. It was crazy.
Is that when the Handsome Tuesdays started?
That's when they started.
Oh, really?
When he was at Cal Poly, the Handsome Tuesday started when he was at Cal
I
Poly.
remember those starting to come out when he was over there. I was like, what's going on over there? You're like, I don't know, man.
Dude, it was wild. It was a wild time. I'd go on like internet or I'd go training with him at Iowa State and room with him. He's a different guy.
Different, like Tristan Moran different, or?
Different or
He's just in his own head all the time.
Okay.
Tristan's very outgoing.
constantly thinking
Very.
about what he's saying and stuff.
Yeah, so like we'd be having
know
a
what you're talking
conversation
about.
and he'd be answering questions from like 3 conversations ago. And you'd have to really like do your math. What is going on here? What's he talking about?
Oh shoot, he's answering my.
Oh yeah, I
question from
did ask
before.
you about that earlier, didn't
Yeah,
I?
I did. Like that's why you said that. Oh shoot, like okay. Yeah.
That's
It was
funny.
interesting.
I don't know.
Aiden Valencia is national champ this year.
It's going to be a tough bracket. Bassett's in there too.
Aiden Valencia, Bo Bassett.
I want to see how Bassett shakes out with
You think
these
McKenna's
guys.
still got it? I think McKenna's still got it.
McKenna? Oh yeah.
He's
McKenna's
always
a
got
dog.
it.
You think
McKenna's a
Vito's
dog.
a little too small in that weight class for a lot of those guys, or no?
No,
Vito would be the small one.
That's what I mean.
he's a small one, but I think that
He's
can handle his
61
own.
normally, isn't he?
He was 57.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of
Why
years
is he
ago.
up at 65?
probably
I think he keeps getting bigger.
bigger. And sometimes guys that deal with injuries, like the best thing you can do is protect your body by putting that muscle on and not cutting so much weight, and
Yep.
letting your body stay like fully nourished. So I'm
Yeah.
sure that could be part of it.
I'm gonna go Bassett. Bassett versus Joey McKenna, in my opinion, would be an awesome match. Oh, but Jesse Mendez too.
That's the one I want to
I
see.
think-
Mendez and Bassett for me.
Yeah.
Did they
As-
wrestle
as-
last year?
What's that?
Did they wrestle last year? And the Open or anything? Bassett
No,
and Mendez?
Bassett lost twice to Stanich. Like maybe 3 times to Stanich last year.
That was U20s, right?
Yeah, U20s.
Okay.
So think about that. Has Bill Bassett gotten substantially better enough that we can put him in the Jesse Mendez or
Him
Joey
versus
McKenna
Jesse
category?
Mendez.
That's
is
what I
definitely
want
a
to
match.
see though.
Yeah.
Is like I want to see how he can. I want to see how Bo Bassett wrestles Aiden Valencia, Jesse Mendez, Joey McKenna, like those guys. Vito, like how does he shake out with these guys?
I think him and Joey McKenna would be a really fun match too, just because I think that he's actually a really good hand fighter too. Like I think he can battle with his hand fight
Joey?
more with Bassett's hand fight more than a lot of the other guys can.
Joey's a phenomenal hand fighter.
Yeah.
And he's like talking about like guys who can just cut through funk.
He
Joey
does.
cuts
Oh
through
yes,
funk
yeah.
yes he
incredibly
does.
well.
Yes,
Yes.
he does.
Yeah.
Well, that's
do you
why
guys-
him and Yanni was always fun
right.
matches because of that.
Final pick of match you want to see. Evan, go.
Bassett Mendez.
Pat.
Bassett Mendez.
I mean, I want to see both. I'll go with Bassett and Mendez too, but I really want to see him and McKenna.
Okay, I'll go with Bassett, Mendez, then second Valencia, then McKenna. All right, 70 kg. Alec
Pantaleo.
struggle bus. I'm
Pantaleo.
all aboard. Alec Pantaleo. Oh shoot.
Just next one.
Pantaleo, Ridge Lovett, Caleb Henson, Ian Parker, Tyler Kasich, Melvin Miller, Ed Scott, Jackson Joy, Cody Chittum, Chance Lamer, Jordan Williams, Jaden
Oh, you lost me.
Abbas.
You lost me after like Jax Miller or something.
That's fine. I'm not overly.
Not much going on here.
Yeah, how does a guy like Melvin Miller shake out with some of these guys that are all Americans? Because we've talked about like last week. Does Melvin Miller reclassify, come in and be a guy for Virginia Tech to get on the podium next
Which
year?
is really exciting to think about.
Really excited to think about. This right now would be a great helpful tool to see where he stands.
You said Ian Parker's in there too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ian Parker beat him at the Bill Farrell in November.
See? So now let's see how Melvin Miller shakes out with maybe a couple of these other guys. That'd be interesting to me. Match I would want to see, I think, Caleb Henson versus Ridge Lovett, I think.
Really? I'm going to go Caleb Henson and Tyler Kasich. That was a phenomenal
Oh,
match.
that's a good
That
one.
was-
Because it
they
precursor
wrestled
for
at Bill
college
Farrell
next
too,
year,
right?
potentially.
the Farrell last year.
Yeah, that was a really good match.
Really, really good match.
What you got, Pat?
Who was the first name you said?
Alec Pantaleo. Pantaleo.
Yeah,
Pantaleo.
clip that.
Clip it.
No, I think Henson and Kasich again would be a really interesting match.
Okay. 74 kilos. This is a good one. This is a really good one. Oh, it's deep. David Carr, Quincy Monday, Bryce Endonian, James Green, Cam Amin, Yaya Thomas, Will Luan, Terrell Bearclaw, Jarek J. Hughes, Caleb Fisher, Matty Bianchi, Peyton Robb, Kanan Webster, Nico Ruiz, Ryder Downey, Joe Seeley. This is a deep weight class of a lot of names that we know.
Does Jake Hughes take his ceremonial third like he always does?
Ceremonial.
Jake?
Let's hear the Mizzou chant.
He probably will. He'll squeak out one big win and then lose to somebody in place.
All right. James Green's interesting being in this mix. 74 kilos. I mean, it feels like this is going to be like a David Carr, James Green kind of final. Is how
think
I
so?
feel. Yeah,
Quincy
or like
Monday?
a
You got the
Quincy
list.
Monday.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Thank you.
I feel like David Carr is a clear-cut favorite for the finals in this one. They got to be across from him a little less certain.
Yeah, I mean, Quincy Monday has, I think, his senior year of college beat Dean Hamity and someone else for third and fourth.
It's very good. Yeah.
Very good. And I think he's kind of overlooked.
I
think that
I agree.
Carr versus Quincy would be a really, really interesting match.
Isn't that the one that has like history?
You think Peyton Robb has anything left?
Does it have? Yeah, well, both their dads are Olympians.
That's maybe what it was.
Yeah, both their dads are Olympians. I think they did wrestle in a All-Star Classic one time or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that'd be a really good match to watch.
Bryce Andonian's always fun to watch. That guy has one of the greatest clips I've ever seen on the mic when they have you guys seen that? You had to have. It was viral. When he said when Flo interviewed him and they said like, "Where did you get there?" You're like just fearless.
Birds.
And he goes, "You what was it?"
Birds don't think about
Birds
flying;
don't
they
think
just
about
fly.
flying or
Yeah,
something,
yeah. Birds don't think about flying; they just fly. It was like
that's a good one.
just the way he answered it. It was just I was like, that was good, man. That was good.
I'm kind of with Evan here. I could see Quincy Monday pushing James Green. I don't think James Green makes it to the finals.
It's kind of interesting the James Green story. Retired and came back.
I was gonna say he's done
New
it
hip.
a couple times, hasn't he?
Knew him.
New hip. James Green.
Oh,
He's got that. That's why he came back after he had the hip surgery. He's like, I feel amazing again.
I think David Carr kind of runs
That
away
was a
with
couple
it,
years
though.
ago. Yes, I do think David Carr's a clear-cut favorite. Matty Bianchi will be fun to watch. Wisconsin boy. See how he does.
there's a lot of really good names, honestly. Like Nico Ruiz, California boy.
Honestly,
He's
I could
really
see Will
good.
Luan making a push there too. Like he is just gritty. He wins those close matches.
Will Luan, yeah. You know who would be a really good match? Cam Amin and Will Luan. That'd be really exciting.
For those of you
Nail
that are
biter.
only listening
Let's
and
put
not
that on our
watching,
list.
Evan made some fantastic facial expression with that.
I think we're all excited to see that one.
Yeah.
The last 30
Yeah,
seconds
me
of
too,
it.
man. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
And they won't even have overtime.
First
'Cause
one
you
to a
know they won't have overtime. It's
Just
gonna be-
say first guy to a point wins.
It's just gonna be past.
no, last guy to a point wins because it's gonna be 1-1.
No, you stop the match after 1 point, you win.
All right.
first point, just call it.
79 kilos. Here we go.
Ooh,
Chance
that's a good one.
Chance Marsteller, DJ Hamity, Evan Wick, woo woo, Keegan O'Toole, Simon Ruiz, Bernie Truex, Matthew Singleton, Patrick Kennedy, Will Henkel, Muhammad McBride. Evan, being that this is your weight class,
Can
I'll
you
let
prop
you.
it again?
Is there?
No, the phone.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to refrain from speaking about this, Evan, or do you want to speak about 79?
Refrain.
No, I'd like to-
Go off.
I'm
off,
excited.
King.
I'm excited to wrestle any of these guys. Chance beat me the last time. Dean beat me the last time.
You favor your matches with Chance in college, where I know you've wrestled him.
Fireworks.
Yeah, they were fun though. I remember.
Yeah.
I know you've wrestled him since, but I still think about those.
Yeah, I wrestled him at 86, and I think he was a bit bigger than me. I was like 183 that day I weighed in,
He's a stocky guy.
and I bet he's cutting a good amount of weight to get to 189. So I was underweight, but I would like to get that one back.
Can I ask you what's going on with Bernie? He's cutting down to 79.
I don't know. I don't think that he's honestly that big. When he wrestled 197, he was weighing in at 180.
Well, I knew he was going up to 97, but
When he wrestled 197 in college, he made weight for 184 the third day.
There's a lot of familiar faces for you in this.
A lot.
A lot. Like
Yeah, so there's like the Dean Hamity matchup is, we both went to Wisconsin, and then Bernie and me were teammates. Keegan's a Wisconsin native.
yeah, and you guys
You
have trained
wrestled
together.
Chance, like, 6
Marsteller,
times.
Wrestled
you've trained
Chance
with,
a bunch of
right?
times. Yeah, very, very familiar weight class for me.
Yeah.
But
Have you ever wrestled Keegan in a match?
never.
Never. So for me, that would be a fun one to watch.
That'd be fun.
Just to see how that goes. I think Keegan and Hamity would be a fun one.
have
be a
pre-seeds
great
come out for that yet?
No.
And this is Keegan's first Jake, right? That's your
Senior level.
that's your guy.
Well, he wrestled at RAF,
Oh, he did.
so he has one match back.
Okay.
But yeah, this is the first
That's right.
tournament.
Who did he wrestle at RAF again? Did he win?
Some
I
foreign
don't
dude.
remember.
Foreign guy.
No, he lost.
Who?
I don't know
Keegan.
who he lost to.
Saul Kazanov
That's
from
Kazanov.
Slovakia.
Slovakia.
He's
Okay.
good. So Saul Kazanov's good though.
This will be a really fun weight.
Yeah.
I think there's just a different, especially from like a Wisconsin standpoint, because of like you said, you and Hamity and then Keegan and then knowing some of these other people. I think for us, it's like this will be a fun weight to watch a variety of different matchups. Will Henkel, I think he teched Charlie last year at U20s. I think,
Shirley Millard.
and was it Henkel?
Henkel's good.
Is he the guy from
He's-
Illinois that's in high school? No, that was Will Denny. Will Denny.
That's
Sorry,
Will Denny.
that's what I'm thinking of.
Will
Will
Henkel's
Denny
a-
tech Charlie.
He's Penn
Will
State.
Henkel's at Penn State.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he tech Charlie after Charlie was in college and Denny was still in high school. I was like, holy cow. Because Charlie was, top 5 in high school. And then he just I was like, oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah.
He beat him up that good.
Yeah, it was
Where's
yeah.
that kid going to college?
He's at Penn State.
Oh, he's at Penn. That kid too.
Will Denny.
Will Denny is at Penn State too.
Right? No, NC State. I'll tell you. I thought you were saying Will Denny was at Penn State, Pat.
No, Will Henkel is at Penn State.
Got it.
And Will Henkel, I think, is the U20 world champ.
Yeah. He's probably going to be their 74-pounder next year.
He's gonna replace.
Oh man, all I can get is
Haynes.
Caleb Denny to pop up. Isn't his name Will Denny? Wasn't that his name?
I don't know.
Will, shoot, he's from Illinois.
I don't know.
Maybe it wasn't
I
Will
don't know.
Denny.
Maybe
maybe it
Henkel's
wasn't-
from Illinois.
Maybe it wasn't Will Denny. All right, whatever. Moving on.
86.
86. This is another good one I'm very excited for. Kyle Dake, Parker Catkeisen, Max McAnally, Rocco Welsh, Makai Lewis, Marcus Coleman, Rylan Rogers, Colton Hawks, Chris Moore, Kay DeVos. Give me Parker Catkeisen versus anybody. I would want like Parker Catkeisen specifically versus Max McAnally, Rocco Welsh, Makai Lewis, or Kyle Dake. I would like to watch all of those. Parker against them all.
Yeah, I think Parker takes all of them.
Yep.
I'm interested to see how Makai Lewis will do after having again
I was
another like
interested to
Eric
see him
Barnett
in
kind of
there.
situation. That'll be really interesting because he's really good and he's a junior world champ.
He's very good.
Very good. So that'll be an interesting
Multiple
one.
time finalist, national champ.
Marcus Coleman too. He's got a win over Aaron Brooks in college.
Yeah. Crazy.
Crazy match.
Yeah, I guess Rocco Welsh and Makai Lewis would be the most interesting match before the semis.
Yeah.
Parker versus McAnally and Welsh. I just want to see Parker just
That'd be sick.
destroy him.
You think he hasn't wrestled Dake since he's gone off and beat all these guys and won all these big matches, has he?
Didn't he wrestle
Yeah,
at
he did
RAF?
wrestle, right?
Just wrestle him.
Oh,
No,
I'm
yeah.
totally
Freaking-
wrong. My bad.
It was closer. It was a closer match.
You're
but,
right. It was closer.
But he
I
did
totally
not beat
forgot all
him.
about that match.
Great match.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think honestly, McAnally versus Welsh rematch would be great to watch.
McAnally versus Wells. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Rematches.
I don't get as excited about the rematches of national finals in the freestyle as I do if it was back in the folk style if they were wrestling in the national finals again. I don't know why.
Unless it's Forrest and Navino because they're actually entertaining.
Maybe. Yeah.
McAnally and Welsh, they don't really do a whole lot.
Not at all. Not at all.
No, but it's a good strategic match. They're both very good strategic.
Yeah, they're very good wrestlers. I'm not trying to say they're bad wrestlers. But
92 kilos. I know which one it is for me. It's these top two guys. Josh Barr, Aiden Sinclair, Mike Machiavello, Jacob Cardenas, Cody Merrill, Dustin Plott, Jude Carrera, Seth Shoemate. Oh, boy. Oh, man. Garvoius Kawi.
Don't even try it.
No. Jake Woodley. I'm sorry.
Jake Woodley's been
Garvis K. We'll go with that, I
call him
guess.
Garavis Kook.
I don't know how to say that.
Kuek.
Kukabakalio.
Yes, Sinclair versus Merrill or Sinclair versus Barr would be interesting because that's the NCAA finals
Yes.
matchup.
That's the one I want to see.
Yes, Sinclair wrestling any of those guys would be awesome. I think Sinclair beats anyone else in this bracket. Even I don't know, maybe
Him and
it's-
Cardenas would be a good match.
Yeah, Cardenas is big.
He's a big guy. And,
Yeah.
he attacks a lot too, though.
I'm surprised Aiden goes up to 92.
I'm not. He did it before.
I know, but I'm just saying, why does he keep doing it? Because he's obviously 86 kilos is smaller, is bigger
Than one.
than 184 that he
yeah.
wresles in college. So he's like
That's a
jumping
good
2 weight
point.
classes here.
I think part of it has to do with.
Dake and Kekheisen.
The depth.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I
He
think
seems
I-
to like to wrestle everyone.
I think it has to do with the depth.
Okay, I was thinking maybe because he's doubling up again.
Yeah,
So
but
the
you could
weight
double
cut
up.
situation, like hard to cut weight when you're already wrestling one day.
But I heard he's like 195, and
I
the
don't know what
weight
he
is
weighs.
is 189, so he's cutting 6 pounds.
Well,
But
he's
he's
saying
wrestling
because
the
he's
day
going to do
before.
2 different divisions.
Because he's wrestling U20s and seniors at the Open.
Yeah.
So like senior starts the second day. If
So
he's-
is he doing
well,
86 for U20s and then 92 for seniors?
That's what I'm
That's
thinking.
what he did last year.
And that's what I would assume he's doing again is 86 at U20s because
Is
he
he
can't,
still 20?
Because it'd be hard to make. Yeah, it's hard to make that. Like he's got to worry about the wrestling, so he's gonna have to nourish or like fuel up a little bit, and then he's got to make weight for 92 or
Yeah, but we're all
86
used to
again.
making weight 2 days in a row. What's the difference
I
between
don't know.
3 days in a row?
It's just it would be my thought. I don't know I didn't ask Aiden why he did the 2 different weights.
It's got to be something else there.
Okay. 97. I have one match here that I want to see. Hayden Zilmer, Stephen Buchanan, Conor Mirasola, Jay Aiello, Justin Rademacher, Sonny Sasso. Stephen Buchanan and Conor Mirasola are the 2 guys I want to watch wrestle.
That's what
Connor's all the way up at 97 now?
He was 197, so in college. And Barr's at 92.
I'm interested in Zilmer versus Buchanan the most.
I think Buchanan's the guy to beat in this weight class.
Yeah, he just
Yeah, I
beat Hassan
agree.
Yazdani.
The way he beat
Ayala's really good too.
Aiello's really, really good. People really underestimate him.
Yeah.
But
That's
that'd
a
be my
good
pick.
weight. That's-
All right, next
Really
one.
lightweight class.
125. Wyatt Hendrickson, Mason Paris, Greg Kirkfleet, Tony Cassiope, Trent Hilger, Jordan Wood, Cole Mirasola, Jimmy Mullen, Coy Hopke. Jake, right to you.
Right,
Will we see a Cole Mirasola versus Coy Hopke match?
It just cannot happen.
It cannot happen.
It's never happened.
It's never
They
happened.
have been in so many brackets,
And never wrestle.
and now
They're
in
the same grade,
conference.
Evan.
Wisconsin, Minnesota rival. Like it's insane.
They're the
How
same.
do you think it goes?
They're the same grade in high school too, in Wisconsin,
What?
and they never wrestled. And the top 2 guys in the state every year, and they've never wrestled.
Wow. How do you think it goes?
in freestyle.
Yeah.
I go Cole,
Really? Yeah, I would. I don't
Close.
see a reason to
but
pick.
I think just the takedowns would be the deciding factor. Hopke was good on top in high school, but I think Cole's a little too dynamic right now.
You think it goes any differently in folk style? I don't think so.
No, maybe a little closer match, but I think Cole either way.
Yeah, so when they were in high school, they must have been both pound for pounders, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we were both top 5.
They
They
were
never wrestled.
at
never
one
wrestled.
point at the Cheesehead. They were.
It was them, Dylan Johnson.
Dylan Johnson,
It was those
yeah.
2 and Dylan Johnson.
and they still did
Ripped to
not-
ever wrestling for Wisconsin.
And Johnson beat them both. He went on a run there. That was a good tournament.
Is Greg Kirkfleet been wrestling like tournaments recently, or is
No.
this like his first one back in a while?
Been a
Back in
while.
a while.
He was hurt, wasn't he?
Wasn't he doing
Kirkfleet?
MMA?
Wasn't he hurt at the end of his college career or something?
It's
Or am I,
I
am I
think so.
imagining this?
He took 6th after the year he won it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
he was. I think he was hurt.
Cassiope will be an interesting one because RAF was not good to him this past week.
Not good at all.
I
He
did
got
not
pinned
expect
twice in
that
RAF.
either.
No, because he should have beat Tazudino.
Yeah.
I was
Should've
say he's
beat
been pinned
Tazino.
twice now in RAF, right?
Yeah, twice
Yeah,
in
that's
RAF. he's
I
been
didn't even think of
pinned.
that.
But the first one was like he should have won and just got stepped over. This one was just like
Crazy.
this one was. I don't think he knew what was going on.
Yeah.
That was really weird. Like the way the guy sat the crotch.
That was like an opposite leg cradle.
crazy.
Bottom leg cradle?
But yeah, if someone gets a bottom leg cradle on you, it's over. There's no.
Oh yeah, so yeah. Trent will be fun to watch wrestling here.
Yeah.
Maybe a Trent versus Cole matchup as a Wisconsin guy. That would just be. I would like to see it. I would favor Trent, but that could what I
Trent
mean?
and Coy trained together too.
Trent and Coy, Trent and Cole. Yeah.
Trent and Cassiope.
Trent and
Has
Cassiope. I'm
gotten
down for that
so
too.
much better that he can beat Cassiope.
Oh, that's a good one. I kind of want them to wrestle.
I'm down
now.
for that too.
I want to watch. Yeah, I want Trent and Tony to wrestle.
It's a fun bracket.
Former roommate.
Do any of those guys? I think they can beat. Although Mason Paris and Wyatt Hendrickson, that was the thing when I watched like Trent was. Those guys were so much bigger than him. It looked like.
Yeah.
Watching Mason Paris and Wyatt Hendrickson, they were just bigger human beings than Trent.
Yeah.
It was just really hard for him to compete. And I don't know, is that this? Actually, I think Trent can compete pretty well. He's competed pretty well with Wyatt Hendrickson.
He
But
does.
competes really well with them. And you're kind of right though. Like it's just kind of you wish he was a little bigger for how athletic he is, but he's kind of that tweener because like he doesn't want to cut down to 213 either.
He's too big
exactly.
for 213 probably.
would you guys say Trent is better technically than those guys?
Then
Hendrickson.
At
Mason
certain things,
Paris has
at
got
certain
a really good
things.
single leg.
At certain things, I wouldn't say it completely.
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't-
they
I don't know
all
if I
are
could.
kind of better at certain things than each other.
Because when
He's
I
the
watch
most offensive guy.
when I watch Paris and Hendrickson, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're great, and for their size, like it's a different kind of wrestling, but it's pretty one dimensional sometimes. It's like Mason Paris shoots a really good lefty single. You know what I mean? Ties up and shoots a really good lefty single, and he hits it hard.
He likes that dump with it too.
Yeah, but Trent was very dynamic. Like Trent could score to both sides of the body.
Yeah,
He wrestled well on top.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I watch Paris, it's like, all right, this is pretty predictable. He's gonna tie up and shoot a dump.
All right. That's US Open talk. I think we're going to wrap up here pretty much. No, we did not get to any stall calls of the week. I'm going to just interject one of mine real quick. We were supposed to just throw them out there.
We had a pretty active match. No stall calls.
We had a very active match. You know what? I will save mine then. You know what? No, because it was relevant. I'm just going to say it, and we can move on. Stall call of the week. More women's wrestling programs in college need to start popping up. Iowa State just announced that they're starting a women's wrestling program. What are we waiting for? Let's go. Let's get them going. Stall call of the week. College athletics. Let's get some more women's programs going.
Yeah. And a lot of administrations talk about it too.
Right. And it's talked about a lot, and it's very like it can work, right? Like it's perfect, and it more stabilizes men's wrestling to not get cut. So yeah, that's my stall call of the week. But we're moving on. Final thing, I didn't prepare it, so maybe we'll do it next week. But Evan, is there any? I guess you have US Open. We're gonna do it next week. I'm not going to do media training with Evan this week. Sweet. Next week. That is Washed Up episode 2. It was a good one. We got into it. Once again, I'm Nate. Sitting on the couch is Mr. Patrick Spray. Sitting at the table. May or may not have figured out the mic situation. Let him know this week in the comments.
It's actually tell Rashka what's going on.
That is Evan Wick. Wish him good luck in the comments. He's wrestling 79 kilos this weekend at the US Open. If you're watching this, that means you're a fan of the show and you're a fan of Evan. So wish him good luck. I'm sure he'll see it. Don't say mean things. That's not nice.
Come on, guys. I won't. I can't handle it.
Yeah. All right. Washed Up episode 2 is officially in the books. See you guys.